I hope you're doing great. How are you today? I am OlapejuPearls Ekundayo by name. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, click on the subscribe button. I welcome you greatly because you are in to learn and you are in to get massive value, I can tell you. And then to viewers that are viewing again, you are also welcome. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell to get every of my new videos. Today's topic is about 3 E's of learning. 3 E's of learning. The first one is education. Education. You can learn by being educated about that thing. We have 2 types of education. Like we have the formal education and the informal education. The formal education is what we go to school to do. We go to school, go to colleges, the primary school, the basic school, the model schools. We have all types of schools that we attend. We go there to get formal education. And then we have the informal education, which could be acquired from the home, which is the smallest unit of the society. You can acquire informal education from the home, what your parents taught you. You can acquire informal education from friends and peers. So that is another type of education. We can learn from the schools that we attend. We can learn from our environment. We can also unlearn from the schools we attend. I'm relating the E of education to the 3 types of learning. You can learn through education. You can unlearn through education. Probably there is something you've known in biology, or there's something you have taught. You thought that is how it ought to be in biology. So your teacher came and told you that, oh no, that is not the correct botanical name for the leaf. This is the correct botanical name for the leaf. So you are unlearning what you have known before, and you're learning what is right, what your teacher says is right. Okay, so for example, a linguist is trying to teach the world how to speak well a particular language, probably English language. The linguist is trying to tell us that, well, no, that is not the correct pronunciation. That's not the correct pronunciation of that word. So when a linguist is telling us the pronunciation of a word, we are unlearning the old one we've known before to learn the new one. So that is unlearning. And then when we are relearning the new one, the new pronunciation, we are relearning. We are discarding the old one, we are unlearning, and then we are relearning from the linguist the new pronunciation. So that is education. We are being educated, and in education you can relearn. From education you can relearn, you can unlearn, and you can learn. You can learn anew. Okay. Now to the second E of learning. The second E of learning is exposure. Exposure. Exposure talks about what you are exposed to. I'm repeating the word, right? Exposure talks about what you are exposed to, what is available at your environment, what you see, what you hear, what you view, what is visual to your senses, what is visual to your eyes, what is readily available around you. Talks about your exposure. Either through what you're exposed to could come in what people around you say, what people around you are exposed to. It could come from your background, from the location you live, from where you live, or where you were brought up. So a lot of people are exposed to different things from where they are brought up. For example, let me take two cities in Nigeria, for example. Someone that is brought up in Lagos, in the core and heart of Lagos, let's say at Mushin or Idumota or Ujuelegba. Mushin, let me take Mushin for example. The way the person will relate with other people in the environment, the way the person, what the person has learned from that environment, from Mushin environment of Lagos, is different from someone that was brought up and raised in a place like Oshogbo. Oshogbo and Mushin, both towns, Oshogbo and Lagos, are both in the southwest of Nigeria, right? They are both in the southwest of Nigeria. They have the same climate and weather condition, but in fact, the local languages that are speaking in these 2 places are the same. but they are totally two different environments. So what this person, Mr. Hay, that was brought up in Mushin, Lagos, it will be exposed to is different from what some Mr. B that was brought up in Oshogbo, Osun State, Nigeria, will be exposed to. So exposure, we learn from our environment, learning from our environment, learning from the things that we picked from our environment, learning from what we visualize in our environment, learning from what we hear in our environment is it gives us exposure. And also where we travel to, places we've been to, learning from those places gives us exposure. So that is the second E of learning. So you can learn by exposure, what you expose yourself to. Okay, so let me quickly say this before I move to the third E. In exposure, there is what is called deliberate exposure and indeliberate, or unconscious exposure. You understand? There is deliberate exposure and indeliberate or unconscious exposure. Someone that was brought up in Mushin is maybe he or she is getting indeliberate or unconscious exposure from his environment, because he or she is already conditioned to where he lives. So that is where no matter what, that is what he will learn. He will learn from the environment that he is. You understand? But someone that was brought up in the same goes to the person that was brought up in Oshogbo. But now, if that person that was brought up in Mushin, which is Mr. A, now decides to condition himself or herself to some type of exposure, to begin to view the way other people live in other environments, to begin to learn consciously, deliberately, the way of life and thinking, the food other people eat in other environments, the way other people speak, the language, the communication style of other people in other environments that is different from where he or she lives, then the person is exposing himself to a deliberate exposure. The person is exposing himself deliberately to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn from another type of environment. So there is deliberate exposure and there is indeliberate or unconscious exposure. So also back to the third E of learning. The third E of learning is experience. Experience. Okay, so experience talks about what has happened to you or to someone else. Experience talks about what has happened to you or to someone else. There's this adage that experience is the best teacher. Well, I don't know if it is true or not, but there is the adage that people always use, that experience is the best teacher. It depends also on what type of experience they are talking about, actually. So experience, what you have experienced, what other people have experienced, determines what you learn. It even determines what you're exposed to. It determines what you learn. It determines what you unlearn, and it determines what you relearn. I'll say that again. Experience, what you are exposed to, what has happened to you, determines what you learn, determines what you will learn, and what you unlearn. You can learn from your own personal experience, and you can also learn from other people's experience. It is always better to learn from other people's experience. Don't wait to allow something happen to you before you learn. For example, in marriage, you don't wait until marriage. You don't wait until you get married before you learn about marriage, before you read books about marriage, so you can ask for other people's experience. They can share their experience with you, okay? And also you can learn from your own experience. You can unlearn from your own experience. Probably there's something that has happened to you and that is negative or bad. You can decide not to go back to that thing or not to go back to that heart, and then unlearn from that experience. And then you can relearn also from experience, from other people's experience. Probably there is something you've known before that you now experienced it. You now feel that, oh, so it's not that way. So you relearn. It's not that way. So this is the way it ought to be. So you relearn from either your experience or other people's experience. So that is the 3 E's. That is the 3 E of learning. The 3 E's of learning. And you'll be wondering, how does this apply to my progress? Yes, it does. Because in everything you do, you need to learn first about it. So if you are just someone that makes decisions without learning about what you do, then you'll be making drastic, negative, and bad decisions virtually every time. So learning is an act that needs to be imbibed to make progress and make success in life. We need to learn new things. We need to unlearn and we need to relearn, either by education, by studying, or by exposing ourselves to a new environment, or relinquishing ourselves from an old environment, or by experience of other people. So learning is very important and vital in life to everyone. Everyone needs to learn. Everyone needs to learn something new about something. Everyone needs to learn something new about something. So that is that about learning. Now I will leave you with some few questions. Ask yourself, what am I learning? What am I learning that is new? What is it I'm learning at the moment that is new? What habits have I been involving myself in that I need to unlearn, or that I need to discard? What are the things that I have been doing or that I've believed in? What are the beliefs I have that I need to unlearn? And then, what are the things that I've known before that I need to learn more about? What are the things I need? What are the skills, probably a skill, that I need to get expertise in? I need to be expert in. What are the skills I need to be expert in? I need to know more about. So ask yourself these questions and then note the answers to these questions. If there are areas you need to learn new things to progress in life, kindly go for knowledge. Go for the knowledge. Go register for that course you want to register for. Get that new skill that is vital to your progress in life, and also do that. Forsake those things that you've been doing that have not been good, that have been negative, that have been giving you negative results. Forsake them if you know that they are actually not productive for your life, and move on to doing things, to learning about things that will help you. The important thing about learning is that learning is the basic foundation for every other thing we do. We learn, then we do things. We learn, then we speak. We learn, then we act. We learn, then we practice. So if you don't learn, you don't practice. If you don't learn, you may not know what to say. If you don't learn, you may not do things right. You may not do things well. So learning is a basic foundation for everything we do in life. So that's why learning is very important. I will leave you with that today. Don't forget that you need to learn. It is important you learn. It's important you unlearn, and it is important you relearn. You don't know it all. You are not an island of knowledge. Learn from other people. Learn from other people's experiences, and also make personal study yourself to learn and develop yourself in that area of life that you are lacking. Develop yourself in that area of life that you are lacking. Another thing I must say before I end this video: if you look at the word learn, the L is the only word that differentiates it from earn. Learn, earn. Okay, so L is, if you remove the L from learn, you have earn. Earn, E-A-R-N. So to learn, to earn, you must learn. To earn, to make money, to make income, to earn a living, you must learn. So it is from what you've learned, what you know, that you can earn from. It is from the knowledge you have acquired, it's from what you have gained that you can earn from. So that's another vital reason to learn. Yes, you need to learn. You need to learn to earn. You need to learn to earn. You need to learn to earn. Thank you for watching this video. I'm very grateful that you stayed up to this moment with me. I'm very grateful for that. Kindly drop your comments and your suggestions and whatever you've learned from this video in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, click on the red button, the subscribe button, and subscribe. Thank you so much. See you next time. Before then, always be good. Believe that you are great. Greatness lies in you. You are who you are, and that greatness can come out of you if you take action. So learn and take action. Bye for now.